It's Time Warner Cable's local edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. Our guest, Dennis Zine, member of the Los Angeles City Council, candidate for controller. That runoff election will be held on May 21st. Congratulations for moving on.
Thank you.
So why, after 12 years on the City Council, do you want to run and be the controller?
Because I want to make the city work for the people. What is the controller? The controller is the individual that oversees all departments, that makes sure the city is running properly. You need to have someone there to make sure all systems are green and it's working proper.
I want to talk to you about one of the main duties of controller, and that is the ability to audit. That is one job where the controller really can get in, mix it up, pull up all the dirt and figure out what can be improved. But we think about Rick Tuttle, Laura Chick, Wendy Gruhl. They've had great press conferences about these audits, and I'm not casting aspersions on them, but the controller has no power to enforce the recommendations of the audit.
Well, what the controller does have is the controller has subpoena power. The controller has the ability to issue reports, financial status reports.
Right.
The controller has that ability with the bully pulpit, and working with the council and working with the mayor, having a cooperative relationship, at the same time being the person that is answerable to the public, answerable to the people. You need a plan. You need to find the money, collect the money. You need to have a waste, fraud, and abuse unit. You need to make sure it's tracked properly. Real numbers,
right.
Real online numbers to make sure it's done in a proper fashion. The controller has the ability to do that.
The last three controllers have been well received. The view has been they've done a good job
reporting
on the
situations.
Reporting, and that's the key. I mean, you're on the City Council now. You're head of audits and
government efficiency.
So you're the one that receives the reports from the controller.
And every single audit that has been generated, we have moved forward with recommendations. We've set policy changes. Parking lots have been changed. A number of the issues that the controller has issued, photo red light has been eliminated.
Right.
So the controller issues that. It goes to a committee. When I became the chair of the Audit and Government Efficiency Committee, there were 38 audits that were sitting collecting dust, and the chair of that committee wasn't moving them. I've moved them all. We've got recommendations. We've got policy changes. We're very aggressive. But you've got to work with the council as the controller to make sure that those implementations take place. Issuing the report and having no action is really a waste of time.
But should it be that the controller has some legal authority to effectuate their recommendations?
The charter says the policy is the council. The controller has subpoena power, has the ability to do financial status reports and projections, et cetera. But the controller is not the policymaker. The policymaker by charter, the council and the mayor. So you are the one to make the recommendations. You're the one who can go into any and all departments to make sure that they're run properly.
So for example, the LAUSD audit or the DWP audit, I mean, those just brought out a parade of horribles. And what was done? Then
it's up to those elected officials in those respective positions to implement, to review that audit. We have made a lot of changes. And I, as the chair of the Audit Government Efficiency Committee, as a 33-year veteran of the Los Angeles Police Department, as a 12-year veteran of the Los Angeles City Council, know how to handle it, what to do with it, and how to make it work. One of the audits is going to be the police department liability account. Why are we spending $50 million a year on liability cases? Most of them internal, not external, internal. We need to correct that. We need to have a very aggressive liability, risk management. We need to correct that situation. And you've got a lot of departments that aren't performing to the betterment of the public. The controller is the one that comes forward, and working with the council, bring those forward and have a cooperative measure for the people, because we're all working for the taxpayers. They're paying the bill. We have a responsibility and obligation. So you've got a person who's been there for 33 in law enforcement, 12 in council. I know the job, I know how to handle it, and I know how to make it work, and we will make it work.
Okay, his name is Dennis Zine. He is a member of the Los Angeles City Council, candidate for controller of the city. That election will be held on May 21st. My name is Brad Pomerance. Thank you so much for watching Time Warner Cable's local edition.